guys, how are you all? I'm so happy to be here today. So sit up nice and tall. You just start to close your eyes and relax what can be relaxed. Start to take the first few deep breaths just to settle into your body. And just taking inventory of what you're working with today. Don't try to fix it, don't try to change it, just let it be. Noticing the thoughts, and then returning back to your breath, making the choice as far as where your attention goes today. So someone referred to today as the reunion class, and it couldn't come at a more perfect timing to celebrate community. So this weekend is the weekend of healing, or the art of wellness, here in Long Beach, celebrating our community of healing. We have a really good one here, actually. Each and every one of us today chose this courageous path of healing. Bettering ourselves so that we can better the world around us. Take a very deep breath into your belly. And just feel for that. Feel for the person next to you, in front of you, to the back of you, to the side of you. Feel for how each and every one of us embodies love and wellness. And just feel for the fact that we don't have to heal alone. That's my biggest takeaway. Because when we heal in community, we exponentially increase and double the rate at which we heal. So our intent today is to work in a way that feels freeing, spacious, celebratory, authentically you. So if that intent resonates with you to work in a freeing way, set it now. And if not, it's okay. Just choose something else, something that resonates with you. Just make it spiritual. And take a deep breath into that intent. And then exhale, slowly open your eyes and bring the soles of your feet together into Baddha Konasana. So in this position, you can have your heels further away from you or coming in closer to you. You can pick. So our pranayama today is going to be breath of fire. So it's like a detoxifying breath, wakes up our energy. So a couple different ways for your hands. You can hold on to your shins. You can prop yourself up on your fingertips. And you can play with what makes you feel good. So if you know Kapalabhati, you can start. I'm going to demo it. So you're going to take an inhale into the belly. And then it begins with sharp, forceful exhales out through the nose. It's a little weird at first. It might feel a little strange. The inhale is passive, and the exhale basically snaps your belly back. And if for any reason it feels uncomfortable, you can move back into your Ujjayi breath, just your slow, deep breathing. And we'll take about 20 more breaths of this type of breathing. And when you're done, you're going to walk your hands forward as you inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let your head and your neck go. With every inhale, press your palms into the floor and drag your ribs forward. See if you can get more space and length in the back body. Let your head and your neck completely go. This practice isn't about doing everything right. It's about trying and modifying as you need to. Press yourself back on up. So this next round, we're gonna do one more round. You can stay in Baddha Konasana or you can open up into a wide straddle. Up to you, wherever you feel like you're at today. So we're gonna do one more round of that breath of fire. Once again, the hands can come to your sides, to your legs, or prop yourself up onto your fingertips. So breathing into a comfortable breath. Try to relax a little bit here. And then exhale, begin with your breath of fire. On your exhale, snapping your belly back. And you can go at your own pace here. You can go quicker to kind of bring the energy up, or you can go a little bit more slow and really pay attention to the belly, the breath, and what's going on in the body. If there's resistance here, just noticing that resistance and noticing and observing what will it take to kind of relax here. Take 10 more breaths. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, walk the fingertips forward. Exhale, fold. Relax your head and your neck. If the palms are on the ground, work with pulling the heel of the hand back to drag your ribs a little bit more forward and feeling that space open up from your hips and your pelvis. Take one more deep breath in here. And then exhale, walk your fingertips forward. Use your hands to help your legs together if they're feeling a little stuck. And then we're going to come into either a cross-legged position with the left leg forward or shoelace. So shoelace is when you stack knee over knee. Now, this is an intense pose. You can also modify by putting a block underneath if you want to try it this way or cross-legged. So just choose one way to go. Also, Marissa, that's a great option, extending your bottom leg into shoelace. Inhale, bring your arms up. Interlock your hands and then lift your palms up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, lifting up out of the sideways, and then exhale, take a side bend over to your left side. Rooting down equally through both of your sits bones and seeing if you can relax your neck. Pressing those palms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, let your bottom arm come down. Reach your top arm, reach through all 5 fingers, and then start to make some circles with that top arm. Getting the full range of motion in your shoulder blade. And then go the other way. Start to find stillness, reach that arm up and over, and then take a twist over towards the side. It's kind of more of like a forward fold, but you just want to find that kind of side bending action in your right ribs. So feel the stretch, feel the opening in your side ribs. Flex through the feet, active feet. Walk your fingertips back. Set your torso up straight. And then step your foot. We're going to take a spinal twist here. So your right arm wraps around. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, turn the torso. With every inhale, try to go longer through the crown of the head. And then with your exhale, revolve from the top of your ribs. So rather than making the twist happen from your low back, see if you can revolve and twist from your upper back. Feel the opening behind the heart. Taking the counter twist here. So slowly release, and then you're going to go to the opposite side. Bring your hands down. Maybe your hip lifts up off the ground, bringing the forehead close to the floor. And then just feel how different that is in your ribs. Press yourself back on up. And then we're going to switch it out. So the right leg comes forward in a cross-legged or find shoelace. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Interlock your hands in the non-dominant. So the other thumb comes in front. It's like the one that feels weird. And then reach up as you inhale, and then exhale, take a side bend over to your right side. Rooting down through both sits bones. Breathing in here. If at any point the mind starts to wander, can you bring your attention back to a sensation in your body or the breath, making the breath vocal in its own way. Bring the bottom arm down, reach through the top of the hand, through all 5 fingers, relax your head and your neck, and then start to make some circles with that arm. And go the other way. Bring that top arm to the outside of that top leg. Inhale, find length through the spine. And then exhale, fold. Any degree in any amount. It doesn't have to be too intense for you to feel it. Walk your fingertips up. And then step the foot outside for a spinal twist. So you can work with the heel close to your butt, or you can extend, whatever feels kind of workable this morning. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, turn your torso. Feel for rotating through the back, from the back of the heart, so the upper ribs. Feel for how your right hip slightly comes forward. So the hips are square here. We're keeping stability in our bottom body or our lower body, while our top body is able to move a little bit more freely. Slowly release, and then go the other way for the counter twist. So hands come to the other side. Bring the forehead down towards the mat, and the right hip lifts up off the ground. Good, slowly release and make your way onto your backs for abdominals. Does everyone have a block or can share a block? No, okay.
I have extra.
Oh, you have extra.
I have 2.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love this community. Love you guys just stepping up for everybody. Okay, so we'll need to use a block just for some of it, but we are going to start with waking up the energy in our bodies, and that starts with waking up the energy in our core. So have your feet down, interlock your hands back behind your head, elbows in. Take a deep breath into your low back, so spread your low back into the ground. Breathing in here, and then exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up off the ground. Hold the breath, press your low back down, lift your tailbone up. So scoop your tailbone slightly. Exhale, extend your right leg up, bring your elbows outside of your right leg, and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, bring the foot back to the floor, come back to center. Hold your breath. Press your low back down, slightly tuck your tailbone. Exhale, extend your left leg up, bring your elbows outside of your left leg, and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, bend the knees back to center. You can also work with picking your feet up if you want a little bit more intensity, the knees over your hips. If you want to keep working with the feet on the floor, you can do that. Inhale, breathe in here. Hold the breath, press your low back down, lift your tailbone. Exhale, extend the right leg up. Bring your elbows outside of your right leg and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, bend the knee, come back to center, hold the breath. Press your low back down, lift the tailbone. Exhale, extend your left leg up. Bring the elbows outside of your left leg and pull the low belly muscle down towards the mat. Inhale, bend the knee, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press your low back down, lift your tailbone. Changing slightly. Extend your right leg out. Bring your elbows outside of your left knee and pull the low belly muscle down. So the right leg is at a 45-degree angle. If there's strain in the low back, bring that leg straight up. Inhale, bend the knees, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press your low back down, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, extend the left leg at about a 45-degree angle. Bring your elbows outside of your right leg and pull the low belly muscle down. If the right knee is moving close to the face, bring it so it's straight aligned over the hip. Inhale, bend the knee and come back to center. Hold the breath. Press your low back down, lift your tailbone. Exhale, extend the right leg out at about a 45-degree angle. Bring your elbows outside of your left leg and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press your low back down, lift the tailbone. Exhale, extend your left leg out. Bring your elbows outside of your right leg and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center. Lay your head down and place your feet down. And just feel for a moment the effects of abdominals. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Let your left leg go out long, and we're going to take a twist over to the left side. Just drop that right knee across your body. Take up space here as much as you can. Let your right arm come out like a T, or lift your right arm on a diagonal up above your head. It's more important, I would say, to get your right shoulder closer to the floor than it is to get your right knee on the floor. If that makes sense. And just notice and feel how it is for you. If it's easier to pay attention to your breath and the sensations when you're in an intense kind of challenging situation like abdominals versus when you're in a more relaxed situation as a twist. Come back to center, one knee at a time. Bring your left knee in and then take a twist over towards the right. So same thing here. Your left arm comes out like a T or up on a diagonal. And feel for that left shoulder blade moving down towards the earth. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Grab a hold of your block and place it snug in between your pubic bone. Feet come down. So we're going to work here with three options. Your feet can stay down. They can come up as we did an elbow to knee, where your knees are over your hips, or your feet can come, or your knees can come straight and your legs can come straight up. You choose where you need to be this morning. Bring your elbows in and take a deep breath into your lower back. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the ground. Hold the breath. Squeeze your prop. Exhale, bring your elbows outside of your left leg. Pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, come back to center. Deep breath into the low back. Light squeeze on the prop. Exhale, bring your elbows outside of your right leg. Pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Squeeze the prop. Exhale, elbows come outside of your left leg and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press your low back down, light squeeze on the prop. Exhale, bring the elbows outside of your right leg and pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, come back to center. Deep breath into your low back. Activate your feet, spread through your toes, squeeze the prop. Exhale, bring the elbows outside of your left leg, pull the low belly muscle down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, squeeze the prop. Exhale, come outside of the right leg. Pull the low belly muscle down. One more like that. Inhale, come back to center. Deep breath in. Squeeze the prop. Exhale, bring the elbows outside of the right leg. Pull the low belly muscle down. Can you make your breath deeper and maybe more audible? Inhale, bring the elbows back to center. Hold the breath. Squeeze your prop. Exhale, elbows outside of the right leg. Pull the low belly muscle down. Deep breath into the low belly as you come back to center. Place your feet down, lay your head down, leave your block as is, and relax your hands by your side, palms facing up. Press into your feet, light squeeze on the prop, and pick your hips up for bridge with this block. So what I want you guys to feel, Annie, especially you, is less tightening in the butt and more pressing into your feet and using your calves to pick you up. So a lot of the times in bridge, we tend to like clench in our butt muscles. I want you guys to feel for relaxing in your butt muscles and using more your feet. Like try to lift all 10 toes up off the floor. Spread your toes, press into your feet. See if that makes a difference for you. Take a deep breath in. Working with palms up helps us relax in our upper body here. Pressing into the feet. Take 2 more high quality breaths here. And then exhale, light squeeze on the prop, lower your upper, middle, and lower back all the way down towards the mat, and just notice and feel any changes. Remove your prop, roll over to one side, try to keep your neck relaxed as you press yourself up. We're making our way onto hands and knees for dolphin prelude. So we're going to start in a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under. You're going to walk your hands forward, come onto your elbows and your forearms. Clasp your hands and then sit your hips back. It's not a child's pose because your hips are up. Your forehead's going to come down towards the mat and your palms, your fist is going to come about halfway between the mat and the ceiling. So you're sending your hips back to open up the top of the shoulders and really feel for more freeing in the shoulder. Deep breaths there. Feeling for relaxing in this pose, grounding in this pose. Release the arms down. And press yourself up to downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Feel for the eye of the elbow rotating forward. Walking your feet towards your hands. And bending the knees when you get to the top of the mat, just letting your head hang. Press into the feet to roll all the way up to a standing position. We're going to move through some sun salutations just to get our intensity, our energy up. Building some heat. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, find length in the spine. So the hands can come to the shins, to the tops of the thigh, get your spine long. Exhale, step your left foot back and drop your back knee down. Hands can stay on the floor or reach up. For a lunge, squeeze your inner legs together, like you're pulling on monkey bars. Frame the front foot and step it back to a plank. In your plank pose, inhale. Exhale, drop the knees down, bend the elbows straight back so that the shoulders are moving away from the ears and lower all the way down. Slide your hands forward for low cobra. Pull forward to come up. So finding length first before we back bend. Pull the ribs forward, come all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Left foot steps forward, back knee comes down. Keep your hands here or reach them all the way up. Breathing in. Sink your hips forward. Bring the front foot, step it forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold again. We'll just do that again with the right foot this time. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale, right leg steps back for lunge. Hands can stay or reach up all the way. As you breathe in, exhale, step it back to a plank position. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, you can drop the knees or you can lower it all the way down in one piece. Slide the hands forward. Pull forward to come up. Mom, widen your hands just a little bit. That means you could be for everyone. Good. Keep pulling your ribs forward. Come all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward with your inhale and drop your back knee down. Bring the front foot and step it forward. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Active through the feet, spread through the toes and the fingertips. Fold again. Just do that again, repeating. Inhale, find length. Exhale, step your left foot back this time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Step it back to a plank position. Inhale in your plank. Lower down all the way or lowering the knees first. Slide the hands forward and pull forward to come up. Good, feel that broadening in your collarbones, how your shoulders just move down the back and spread. Pull the ribs forward to come all the way down. Really nice job. Hands underneath the shoulders, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Left foot steps forward. Drop the back knee down, reach the arms up. And on your exhale, step the back foot to meet the front. Reach your arms all the way up and around. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. Just take a moment of stillness and of silence. Just to be here and notice and feel if movement is one of those things that creates more freedom for you. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, you can step back to plank or you can jump back to bent elbows. Chaturanga, or all the way down. This time, you can repeat the low cobra that we did, or you can keep your hands as is for regular cobra. Pull your ribs forward to come up. See how my shoulders are down and back, creating lots of space from my shoulders and my neck. Drag your ribs forward to come all the way down. Downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. And you can work with a downward facing dog that's shorter and wider. This creates more space in your back. If you bend your knees and send your hips back, you can feel how your spine can get longer here. Step your left foot forward for warrior two. I'm gonna switch it over this way. So the hips facing this way. Hips are open to face the right side of the room. We're going to work with bird wing. So we're going to bend the elbows and bring the elbows in towards our sides. Inhale, breathe in here. Keep squeezing your elbows in towards your ribs, and then exhale, rotate the arms out. Try to keep your elbows squeezing in towards your ribs. Inhale, bring the elbows back, bring the palms back. Exhale, rotate out. Squeeze the elbows in towards the ribs. Feel the opening in the shoulders. Feel the heat in the shoulders. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, rotate out. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, rotate out. Inhale, rotate in. Exhale, rotate out. Good. Inhale to reach the arms out. And then take your left arm and sweep it forward and then up and over for reverse warrior. We're taking a side body, side bending action. Rebend your left knee. And use your left fingers to reach your ribs up and away from that left hip. Creating more space there. Relax your head in there. Deep breath in here. And then exhale, lower that top arm to neck release so it comes back behind you, and use that arm to pull your torso up. So you're using your hand to pull up your torso, not your neck. Extended warrior variation. Your left hand comes to the top of your thigh. Your right hand wraps around your back, grabbing a hold of your hands behind you, clothing, your waistband, or it comes around to grab a hold of your thigh. Use your own forearm to lay your torso back. So feel as though you can just lean back. And bring your awareness to your back leg. So what is it doing? Is it just coming along for the ride? Is all of your weight in your front leg? See if you can activate and engage through the back leg. Leaning back and seeing where can you find freedom or spaciousness when there's intensity here. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, frame the front foot and step it back to plank. Exhale, bend the elbow straight back, lower all the way down through chaturanga to the floor for both poses. So the hands are going to come to the sides of your waist. Inhale here. Exhale, lift everything up off the ground. Send your shoulders back. Squeeze the inner legs together. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Hands come. Actually, leave your hand down and then turn to your left cheek. Just take a moment here. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Step your right foot forward for warrior two. So hips opening up towards the left side of the room. This time we're going to do kite hawk arms. So a little more flowy. As you inhale, you're going to reach the shoulders up, and then the palms come up, head and gaze come up. Exhale, rotate the arm bone forward. So lifting the shoulders up and then rounding forward in the upper back, looking down. Do that again. Inhale, rotate the arm bone, but the palms face up, gaze come up. Exhale, rotate the arm bone forward, looking down. Keep going at your own breath with your inhales and your exhales. So beautiful. And then when you're done on your last round, reach your arms out like a T, rebend the front knee, and then reach that right arm forward, and then sweep it up and over for reverse warrior. So at any point this is too straining in your neck, you can always lower that arm down and slightly back behind you. This is called neck release arm position. And sometimes it can relieve some of the straining. So reaching through that top arm, rebending the front knee. If it's not there already, lower that top arm. Reach through the fingertips to pull your torso up for extended warrior variation. Right forearm to right thigh. Left hand reaches back behind you. So grab a hold of your clothing, your waistband, whatever you can reach and hold on to. Relaxing your head and your neck. Just let it hang to the side. And then lean your torso back over your own forearm. Recruiting the back leg. Bring the front foot and step it back to a plank. Lower all the way down. And then bring your hands to your sides. You're going to turn your palms facing out. So the thumb is going to come up. Palms facing away from you. Same thing as we did earlier with both. Squeeze the legs together. Breathe in here. Exhale, keep squeezing the arms towards the sides and lift everything up. Feel how that's different in your shoulders. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower everything down. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward for easy twisting lunge. So the right hand is going to come way off the mat. Your left arm is going to reach up and back. The back knee is down in this pose. If you want to make it harder, you can lift the back knee. Mom, can you twist the other way? So this way. So like, it's like in towards your leg. The whole point is that you're reaching away from your leg. Press into that right hand to pick you up for twisting lunge. So now we're going to take the right elbow and bring it to the top of the left arm, to the top of the left leg. And then you're going to find a twist here. So make a fist in that right arm, grab a hold of the fist, and find that twist. What I want you guys to play with is untucking your tailbone. So you see how like this is my tailbone tucked. Now if I untuck my tailbone, it's kind of like sticking out your butt. And when you do that, you can feel a difference, more space in your ribs. A wider stance will give you more stability. If you feel a little bit shaky here, just widen your legs. Walk your hands around to the long side of the mat and find a fold. We're going to do a side bend in this fold. So you're going to go to the back of your mat. You need to heel toe the feet in a little bit, and a bend in the knee is okay. Left hand comes to the right foot. The right hand comes to the outside of the foot if you have more to go. Press your right hand into the mat and feel how your left ribs sag and bow to the front of the mat. Bending the knees is okay. Release and step it back to downward facing dog. We're just going to repeat those 3 poses on the other side. Step your right foot forward, drop the back knee down. So I'm in this like 90-degree stance here. So knee over the ankle. So you could always, if you're getting like sensitivity in your knee, you could always pad up here if you want to keep your knee down. This time your left hand is going to come all the way out. Your right arm is going to reach up and back. And feel for that untucking in your tailbone. Slowly release, press yourself up for twisting lunge. So your left elbow to the top of the right thigh. Make a fist with the left hand. Grab a hold of the fist with your right hand, and then turn the torso to the right. Good, everyone. See if you can relax your neck. But squeeze the legs together first. Walk the hands around to the long side of the mat for a wide straddle forward fold. Just take a couple deep breaths, just folding forward right down the middle. And then when you're ready, bring your right hand to the outer right leg. Might have to heel toe the feet in slightly. The left hand can come to the outside of that left foot if you have more to go, and press the mat away so that you can really feel that bowing action in your right side ribs. Recalling the sensation of freedom and spaciousness. Just being mindful to that when it shows up for you. Walk the hands around and press it back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. 2 choices here. You can repeat the lunge that we did in our sun salutations. If you want a little bit more intensity, it's arrow lunge. So arrow lunge, you're going to come to the top of your right foot. The back knee lifts, so you're sinking really low in your hips. Now, couple different modifications for this. If you want to do this without all of the intensity, you can place the block so that it's right on your upper thigh of the right leg, or you could also sit on the block. So there's a couple different things you can do to modify this arrow lunge without going to the lunge that we did in sons. So see what feels good for you. This is one of the block positions, or you can bring it to the top of your thigh. Now, when you're in arrow lunge, the hands can come down or they can reach up. Hands up, obviously, for more intensity. And what I want you guys to feel for is expanding. So feel almost celebratory in this pose. Sinking your hips down and really feel expansive in this pose. Squeezing the inner legs together, sinking down. Feeling for the heat that you're generating as not a bad thing. Really nice. Lower the hands down for lounge lunge. So basically your legs aren't going to move. Your right hand is going to come forward, then it's going to move all the way out to the top corner on the right side. Your ribs are going to be the only thing that's changing. So the ribs are going to dip down, almost creating like a banana-like shape in your ribs. Left hand can reach for the shin. Some of you may need to move your heel a little bit further back. And then relax into this pose. The key move is to press your left foot towards the left and contract your right sit bone towards your tailbone. So that's like flexing your right butt cheek. Creating stability in the lower body so that the upper body can access more freedom. Mine is down, yeah. Because if you press like into your foot, press it towards the roof, you can actually feel your ribs like moving. Yeah. You know, it's so good. To come out of the pose, press into your left foot and your right hand. Ooh, for pigeon.
Not ready.
Took a minute there. Oh, you can stay. Stay if you need to. That's me in class, actually. I don't move. They're like, I think your screen's frozen. It's just, I don't want to do this next. So we're in pigeon here, if you want it. Right hand this time is going to come across the body. So you're finding this like twist in towards the left, if you want it. So you can see how the two movements, lounge lunge and this pigeon, we're really working space in the right ribs. So feel for that. Bring your awareness into those ribs and breathe in between every single one of them. Space and openness. Slowly release and press yourself to downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Sorry, I know. it's not the best coming from down to up, but you know, show us a feel what that's like. Walk your feet forward towards your face and then out a little bit. So we're going to take a twist in downward facing dog. You might need to bend your knees a lot. You might need to walk your feet really close to your face. Your left hand is going to reach around the right leg, the right shin, or the right ankle. See where you can kind of land that right hand, left hand. Sorry, it's like twister upside down over here. Soften your left knee and then start to look and peek under your right arm. Using that left hand to pull your torso underneath the right armpit. Place your left hand down. Go back to your regular downward facing dog. And then we're gonna step the right foot forward and repeat those poses on the other side. So here we are with arrow lunge. And just to kind of go over where the block could go, you can either have the block to the top of the thigh, or you can sit on it. Put it underneath your right sit bone. The left knee is up off the ground. You're on the top of the foot. If you don't want to do arrow lunge on this side, you can drop the back knee down and do the lunge as we did in our sun salutations. Whichever variation that you're in, sink your hips forward, press into the top foot, reach your ribs up, reach your arms out. Feel all the heat and the intensity and feel expansive. Squeeze your inner legs together and deepen your breath. Lower the hands down. Walk the left hand forward slightly out, and then bow the left ribs down towards the mat. Or lounge lunge. Key move here is pressing the right foot towards the right side of the mat and flexing your left butt cheek. So the more you press your right foot, isometrically, of course, it's not really moving. The more you press it in towards the right side, the more you can feel how your ribs can just move to the left. Almost like you're pulling your body apart here. That looks good, Jen. Does it feel better? Come out of the pose, press into your right foot and your left hand, and then find your fidget. Lower down to a forward fold, or if you want to take the left hand and reach it across the body towards the right, you can find the side opening. And fidget here. In this pigeon, try to get your breath to go all the way down into your pelvis. So really feel for breathing, ballooning your belly, and trying to get your breath into your pelvis and softening the muscles around the sacrum, pelvic floor, softening. And slowly come on out to downward facing dog. Make your down dog short and wide. And then we're going to twist the other way. So I think it's going to be your right hand that's going to reach for your left leg. And then you're going to start to turn underneath, to look underneath your left armpit. Don't forget to breathe. High quality breaths, meaning that it's accessing your entire body. Return to your regular downward facing dog for just the last little bit of this. Step your left foot forward, coming into warrior two stance. Extended side angle or extend interlock warrior. So we did this. Now we're going to do this or this. So extended side angle is when you come in a little more snug, but the block will help the floor come to you. And just notice and feel from the beginning of class, your access, your breath access, your rib access. If you would like, you can find the half bind with the top arm. So the top arm reaches behind you. And then if you need a little bit more, you can reach that bottom arm underneath your thigh and grab a hold of your right wrist for Interlock Warrior. Make your exhales deep. So relax your head and your neck and keep turning your torso. Keep laying back over your own thigh. Good evening. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, release if you're in the bind for triangle pose. So there's a reset of the back leg. You're gonna have to heel toe that foot back. We're gonna come all the way up. Reach those fingertips forward, like you're reaching through the window. And then exhale, hand comes to shin or block. If you're using a block, place it to the outside of that leg. Good. So why this is because you can really lean back by holding on to that block. Squeeze your inner legs together. Yes. Long in this side. I know. I can imagine. Length through both sides of the waist. Shift your gaze down to look forward of the toes, soften the front knee. And we're gonna come into half moon here. So it's a balancing pose. You walk your left hand forward. You could take your block with you and then lift the back leg up and off the ground. Flex through that back foot. Use your butt muscles and your leg muscles. Good, flex through that back foot. Yes, exactly. Good, yes, really nice. Use your legs and then keep turning your torso. That's, oh, you know what? Take your block, put it way on the other side. Yes, so let me see where you are. Yeah, so all the way over here. So now, yes, exactly. Good, good, Marissa. Good, everyone. Really strong. Super nice. And see if you can relax your neck. Good, Mom. Nice relaxed neck. Really, everyone. Beautiful. Take one more breath in and then exhale. Step your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold. And we're just going to repeat those 3 poses to finish up our practice. Your left foot is going to step all the way back for extended side angle. Use your block. And then from here, work with either wrapping that top arm behind your back and leaning back, or reaching that right arm underneath and grabbing a hold of whatever you can grab. Good. And then keep rotating your torso, leaning back. Notice what the back leg is doing. Is it just coming along for the ride? Can you engage your back leg so that the front leg doesn't have to carry all the weight? Triangle pose. Lengthen the top front leg. And then take your block so that it's on the outside of the top leg, front leg. Heel toe the back foot in. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. So in triangle pose, you see this that's happening a lot when you try to go all the way down. You see this like curving of the bottom ribs. I want you guys to try to get your ribs long. So like long through both sides of the waist. And by doing that, you can do that by coming higher. Shift your gaze down, forward of the front toes. Soften the front knee and walk your right hand forward and out. Or half moon pose. So your right hand should be really far to the right side with your block or without your block. This gives you more space to balance. Good, yes. Flex the toes. That back leg should be engaged. Notice and feel of going upside down, how that feels for you. Step your left foot to meet the right. And we are going to just take a neck release in forward fold. So I want you guys to work with a wide stance. Two options here. Take your hands, interlock them at the base of the skull. Bring your elbows so they're pointing down. Relax your head and your neck. So this is a type of neck release that can alleviate any strain or tension if you were in any of those upside down poses. The second option from here is to grab a hold of your hair and pull gently pull your hair down towards the mat or your skull. The elbows should be pointing down. Feel what gives you a better release here. Come on to your seat. Fold your right leg in and your left leg out. We're going to be working with a side bend to cool down the body. Right arm is going to reach up and over. If you have more to go with your right hand, reach that for your knee. Keep trying to turn your left ribs underneath you. So like we did in that down dog twist, peeking underneath your left arm. Deep breath in. And then exhale, come on up, bring that right hand back behind you, lift your hips up, reach your left arm back. This is called gate opener, or stargazer, I think, actually. Lower the hips down and switch it out. Left arm reaches up and over. Come on up from here. Take that arm back behind you and lift your hips up for stargazer. Just evening out the side stretch. Lower down and come onto your backs. Just take notice of what you may need before Shavasana. So that could be like a happy baby, or maybe a Baddha Konasana on the back, or maybe you need another twist. Maybe just knocking the knees from side to side. Just figure out what you need. So I do offer Shavasana assists at the end of practice. So it's just a little like massage and opening of the shoulders. If you would not like a Shavasana assist, just place a hand or two hands on the heart and belly. And then when you're ready, relax and release into Shavasana. Let your hands come away from the body and let your palms come up. Let your feet just open toes open to the sides. You just feel really heavy here. Slowly begin to reconnect with them. Inviting some gentle movement to the fingers and toes. Reaching the arms overhead, taking a deep stretch in the body, pointing to the toes. And when you feel ready, roll over to your side and press yourself back to a seated position. The hands at heart center. Just taking a moment to generate the feeling of gratitude and appreciation. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me today. It's not lost on me that it was all women today, and it was just, that doesn't usually happen, and it was just really beautiful to have the grace and the strength each one of you brings to this room, to your practice, to your lives, and to this community. So thank you, thank you, thank you.